You're listening to the Platform Launchers podcast. I'm John Stange, and it's great to have you with us this week, as always, as we talk about building and growing and monetizing your online platform. We talk about this idea of taking your platform, turning it or your passion, turning it into a platform, and helping you to earn a paycheck from that. And the topic that we're going to talk about this week is something that, for some of you who are listening, really could be the pathway to in many respects, a very sizable or healthy or at least regular paycheck, because what we're going to talk about this week is the idea of creating online courses. And you probably already noticed from the title of this week's podcast, we're going to talk specifically about how to use the software Canva to create those courses. I have been using that software. There are others who are live here on the call with me right now, members of our members club here inside Platform Launchers that are also using Canva. We actually just had a debate just a few moments ago, not even a debate, just a discussion about whether or not to go with the pro version or the free version. I'll leave that up to you, especially if you're not even familiar with Canva yet. But I want to give you a little bit of background on this, because we're going to talk about using Canva to create online courses. And I'll tell you what, online course creation is one of my just my favorite aspects of developing an online platform. I love creating courses. There is so much you can do with online courses that you create, and so much benefit that you can bring to your audience, but it's also benefit that comes back to you many times over through the courses that you actually make available in your online platform. Now, on any given day, I'll just give you a little peek behind the scenes here when it comes to course creation. One of my favorite things to do is to just kind of check my email at different spots throughout the course of the day, sometimes even first thing in the morning to take a look at these things, and then discovering that I made course sales. Sometimes I made those course sales over the night, and I discover that in the morning. Sometimes it happens during the day. I remember not too terribly long ago, I'd taken a long drive, and when I finished the drive, I opened up my email and noticed that during the drive, I had sold a course. And I thought that was really cool. I put a lot of effort into the courses that I create. If you've taken any of the courses that I create, you can testify to the fact that I actually put a lot of time, a lot of thought, a lot of effort into them, because I want them to represent the highest quality information I can supply. I want them to be things that I could be proud of after they're created and released into the world. So I actually put a lot of effort into the courses that I create. But I'm also really grateful for the fact that once those courses are created, they become a tool that I can offer to others either for free, and some of my courses I offer for free, and I just make available online. It depends on which platform we're talking about or which course we're talking about. So I can make those things available for free, or those courses can become something that I utilize to make long-term passive income. I do both. Some courses I give away for free. My goal is to just serve people with them and to utilize them as a lead magnet to encourage people to actually sign up to be on my email list. But other courses I create as something that's actually part of my online business, and I earn an income. It's like a long-term passive income, long-term residual income from courses that I create one time. I have to tell you, I know a lot of people who earn a very healthy living from selling online courses. In fact, I know some people that's the main source of income that they actually have at this point. Now, I'm about to mention somebody. I'm not going to mention them by name because I haven't taken their courses, so I'm not certain I want to endorse them. But I definitely saw the details related to the financial side of this. I know I don't know this person personally, but I know of a person whose testimony I recently read. He's an online course creator who over the past few years, his income, and this was verified, outside of him, so it's not just him tooting his own horn, but his online income from the courses that he's been selling just over the past few years recently exceeded $2 million. $2 million from the online courses that he's created. The reason I even know about this person is because he utilized Kajabi software to host them, and I always pay attention to Kajabi news, and I utilize Kajabi to host my website and different things like that. But imagine making $2 million from creating online courses. So that's content you put together once that you have the opportunity to earn just a income on repeat from these things. It's not an uncommon thing. There's lots of people that are doing this. Many people, I would imagine $2 million would be kind of an exceptional number, but there are many people who, even though their income wouldn't reach a level like that, they still make a solid income from the sales of their online courses, 5 figures a year, 6 figures a year. And that could very well be you if this is something that you have in the back of your mind to do. I offer courses at several price points. Some of my courses, like I said, are free. And actually, the free ones, if you take a look at some of the free ones, they also include a pay what you want option in case the person who's taking the free course feels like being generous. And sometimes people are generous and they just support what I'm doing. And they'll say, hey, I know you gave me this course for free, but I saw the pay what you want option and I'll choose to pay for it. And I see that happen from time to time. I also have mini courses that I sell for $49. And those tend to be very popular. I also have larger courses that I price from in between 200 to 300. One of them is 229, another one is 297. So we'll just say between 2 and 300 are what I tend to sell some of those larger courses for. And in time, there's a few things that I'm working on, but in time I plan to offer some additional courses that are going to be right around the $1,000 price range. That content is still under development, but I want to give you an idea of the scale of what I'm actually charging for some of these courses if you have in the back of your mind to actually do this sort of thing. And I'm going to show you how I create some of these things in just a moment here. But I have to tell you, when we now transitioning our conversation to this idea of course creation, like I mentioned in the opener here, one of the absolute best tools that I've discovered for creating really all kinds of digital media is an online software called Canva. Maybe you're familiar with it at this point. Maybe you're not. But I have to tell you, Canva is amazingly versatile. So just go to canva.com and check it out if you haven't already done so. It's very versatile. It's also very easy to use. I gladly pay for a premium subscription to Canva. It unlocks some additional features. Their free version is also robust and useful. So I would recommend actually just starting out with the free version and using that for a little while and see what you think about it. But I like it so much and I use it so much that at this point now I pay for the premium subscription. I think it costs me about $110 a year to pay for that Canva Pro subscription. Well worth it because I use it for pretty much all aspects of my business. And I've known for some time that Canva was a great tool for designing things like logos or flyers or other forms of media. But some time ago, in fact, in recent months, I've really kind of dialed into this quite extensively. I've discovered that Canva can be a really helpful tool for creating online courses. And I didn't realize that when I first started using Canva. I'm sure that capability was there and I didn't realize it. But you can use Canva to create online courses by making just really engaging visuals and slide decks and handout and video content, and you combine it all together and you've got a really useful product in the end. And again, I find the creative process on Canva's site just it's rather intuitive. I think it's easy to learn. My most recent courses, like I said, they've all been created by exclusively using the tools that Canva makes available, and including recording tools that they have available on their website. I find it extremely practical. If you're not familiar with Canva, even before I go into several things that I do to create these courses, I want to encourage you, don't be intimidated by the thought of using Canva to create your next course. Even if you don't consider yourself a real, techie type person. If you're not highly technical, don't even worry about that because I can promise you their software absolutely is easy to navigate. And if you ever get stuck, you have two outs, and the two outs are these. There are tons of tutorials online, tons of them on YouTube that you can utilize and learn how to do all sorts of things with Canva if you ever get stuck. But I've also discovered, because I had to use this recently, their customer service is rather responsive and it's helpful. They got back to me multiple times in the same day and answered my questions. So that being said, I want to just finish up our time together on this week's podcast by giving you just a really quick overview on how to use Canva to create course content, because it's really easy and really useful. And I've got a few bullet points for us here. I've got about about 8 things here that I'm going to suggest with some kind of subplot under each of them. But here's where I would start. If I'm just trying to if I'm trying to use Canva to create online course content, this is what I would do. I'd actually just start out by planning out my course outline. So before you start designing, before you open up the software, just plan out your course outline. It's not as complicated as you would think. We do have a previous episode, if you just scroll through the podcast here, on planning out courses. That might be helpful to you, but you could plan it out however you choose to plan it out. And you just make a detailed outline of your course content. You just want to identify the sections and the modules and the lessons and the key points, stuff like that, that you want to include, because that's going to be helpful information when you start putting things down on the page, basically. And one other thing that I would say in the planning stage, do a good job of defining your target audience and maybe even what style of course might appeal to them, because there are some of you that are listening that have a really professional audience that would expect your course to convey that professionalism. And if that's the case, if that's what your audience would like, then create a course that kind of has that vibe, the professionalism to it. Some of you are involved in creating different forms of content that people would say that's just kind of rather fun. If you're in the entertainment industry in some respect, or you're creating content for a younger audience, something that's fun might be the kind of vibe you want to go with. Maybe some of you want to create something that just seems rather modern. That could also be another way that you style your course. But plan it out. That would be number one on my list. Just plan it out before you use the tool. Then once you have it planned out and you open up Canva, one of the easiest things you can do is just start looking through their templates. So this is number 2 on my list. Choose templates for slide decks and presentations. So you're going to go through and you're going to see that they have slide decks or presentations that you could select templates from, and they have it, like, so much of it is already built for you. On the presentation side of things, Canva has a wide variety of presentation templates that will help structure your content. And so you just do a search for something like online course or educational templates in the presentation section. If you find that sort of thing, or if you look for that sort of thing, you'll find it in that section. And it's going to save you a lot of time when it comes to putting these things together, because all you have to do is just sub out the text and put your text in there, and it already looks slick. It already looks fantastic. And in the midst of that, when you're choosing templates and slide decks and things like that, you can also create some interactive PDFs. If you want students to maybe work on or review certain pieces of content on their own time, you can create these PDFs that are interactive. Canva allows you to do this, and they have clickable elements and clickable links that make these PDFs engaging. And that's all inside the templates and the slide decks and the presentation sections inside Canva. They have much of it already built out for you. You just select it and put your own words on it. But all the technical stuff, all the visual stuff, it's already there. You just pick a template. One of my most recent courses that I created using a template that Canva had already put together. It saved me so much time. All I had to do was plug in my information. I used their template. I did not have to invent it from scratch. All right, number 3 on my list is this: design engaging visuals. We're increasingly becoming a visual type people. It used to be, audio and text were fine in and of themselves, but now in this day and age, people want engaging visuals. And so inside Canva, you have some options to make your visuals look really slick. You have things like infographics. So you can use Canva's infographic templates to basically just kind of simplify complex information. That could be used for illustrating processes that you have. If you're trying to walk somebody through a different, a specific process that you want to walk them through, you could use some of these templates for that. Frameworks, key takeaways, anything like that. You could use those infographics that Canva makes available inside their software. They also have excellent diagrams and charts. So you could take flow charts, you can insert them into your presentation. You have bar charts you could use, put them in your presentation, other visuals just like that are useful if your course is going to have a component that's related to things like statistics, or if you're trying to do a comparison, relationships between different concepts. You could use those diagrams and charts. They already have them in Canva. You just insert them right into the presentation that you're putting together. And then worksheets and handouts. Their visuals, just the tools that they have for visuals that allow you to create these things are super simple to use. Again, they have templates for everything. So you could create worksheets that go along with your videos. Students can download those things, print them out, fill them out. All of that makes some great supplemental material. So design engaging visuals. Use Canva for that because you can make everything you're producing look super sharp. From there, number 4 of 8 on my list here is if you want to get really adventurous here, you could also add different videos and animations. So, your course, most likely, if you're using Canva, most people when they're using Canva and they're creating courses at this point, most people create video courses. There are other courses you can create. A course can just be something that's all text. A course could be something that's text and audio. But at this point now, most courses that get created are video. And you could add different video elements and animations to your videos using the tools inside Canva. They allow you to add basic animations to your design. They allow you to create short explainer videos within the framework of your overall course. And they have a really easy to use record yourself feature that allows you to access either your voice. So if you want to just have slides up and then your voice is going behind it, that's an option. Or if you would like to visually appear on the screen, like in a bubble off to the side where just your face is showing up in that bubble, and you set up your slides so that you have room for that just over on the side, you can overlay that into the content that you're presenting, and it looks very professional. It looks very good. So they allow you to add that. That would be number 4 on my list that I think is pretty useful. I will confess that most of the video content that I create using Canva, I primarily focus on the slides with my voice behind it. I don't spend a whole ton of time on camera for these courses. But I do at times pop in on camera or just kind of have like a video of my face as an introductory thing. I did that for one of my recent courses where it's just me for a moment just on camera. But then when it's the slides, I primarily talk over the slides and I create my courses that way. But you could do it however you want. You could add videos, you could add animations, however you want to those slides as you make them part of your course. Number 5 on my list is this. You can use, so within Canva, they allow you to set up something called a brand kit. And you could set up your brand kit, which would be like your colors and templates and things like that. And you could use that for consistency. It allows you to select fonts that are used in different spots of your course. It allows you to select colors, logos, and then keep them consistent across all of your designs, which is, I think, important for a polished professional course. And so all you do is you just create your brand for the course. You create the course logo, the color palette, the font choices, and you just make that all part of the brand kit. And it only takes a few moments to create it. You just basically pick what you like that you think would look good as part of your course. So that's number 5 on my list, using Canva's brand kit for consistency. Number 6 is this, if you're going to use Canva to create courses. Download your content and export it once it's done. Canva allows you to do that. You don't have to leave it just up in the cloud. You create it in the cloud, but then you download it and you could place it wherever you want. So what I end up doing is I create my content in Canva and I get it all ready and then I adjust it and I keep one copy of it in the cloud. But then I download it to my computer and then I upload it into Kajabi where people are able to download it or buy it or use it. And the cool thing is, if I ever notice an error, if I ever notice a mistake or something that I want to quickly change, I can log back into Canva, make the change, download it again, and then re-upload it to Kajabi, and I've got the repaired version. One of the courses that I created over the course of this past summer, I noticed an error in it. After I had published it, it was already live, and I was able to go back into Canva, make those changes, re-upload it to my Kajabi site, and you would never even notice that there was an error. Very easy to edit. Number 7 on my list is this, and this isn't so much Canva related as it is what you do with something that you've created on Canva. And I just kind of revealed it a little bit in number 7. But I just like, and I'll just kind of state this as its own thing. I like how easy it is to integrate content from Canva into a learning management service or a hosting platform that's not Canva. So once your materials are designed, whatever it is, right? You've got your visuals, you've got your video, anything like that, you can upload it to the learning platform of your choice. Whether it's Kajabi, that's the one I like using, or if you use Teachable, you could upload it into Teachable. You could upload it into Udemy or Thinkific or your own website. If you've got something that you're hosting, like a WordPress site, anything like that, you can take the content from Canva and upload it to your site. And you can organize your files by module, by lesson, anything like that. You can even add quizzes, anything like that. But you could create it all with Canva and then upload it to your learning management software. And then the final thing I would say is this. Once you've done all this, and I know that this is a lot of content to chat about in just one short episode, so hopefully something I'm saying here is useful for you. I would suspect that some of this maybe, if you're new to creating courses, you might want to review it. But one of the things that I would say, and I'm just going to list this as like a separate number 8 on my list, is since Canva allows you to make changes easily, figure out a way to get feedback so that you could adjust what you're doing and make your courses even better. Canva is so easy to use, and it makes it so easy to update whatever you've already created, because it creates that version that just exists in the cloud, that you don't need to be afraid to get feedback from other people. Now, recently, I was actually sitting at lunch with my wife and my youngest daughter, and during that lunch, I saw my phone light up, and it was an appropriate time to check it. So I looked to see what it was, and it was an email that I received from somebody who had recently completed one of my courses. And I don't know why they took the time to, and they took a lot of time to do this, but they put together basically a list of all the different things they thought I could do to improve the next version of that course. And I read through it and I looked at it and I thought, you know what? There's some really helpful suggestions in this list. And the nice thing is it did not intimidate me to read that and to think about making those changes, because I thought I can change that very easily in Canva and then make those updates as needed. So get feedback, adjust as needed. Canva makes it easy to do so. And by using Canva's array of templates and tools and all of this, I honestly think that you can make your online course truly visually appealing and engaging for your students so they're not bored while they're taking your course content. You don't need advanced design skills, anything like that. It's all built into what Canva's doing. So I wish Canva paid me, because I tend to plug them quite a bit. I get no pay from Canva. I'm not even an affiliate of Canva, although one of these days I ought to check out and see if Canva has an affiliate program. But with that said, I just hope that if you're interested in creating online courses and you think that that would be a beneficial thing for your online platform, which for most of us that absolutely would be, I hope you'll consider checking out Canva as a tool when you're creating either your next course or your first online course. I am extremely thrilled with it. You can probably tell just in the tone of my voice. It's become one of my primary partners in my efforts to create valuable content that I can digitally deliver with ease. I would highly endorse it to you. Again, all of my recent courses I've created with Canva, every single one of them. The ones that I'm doing for my multiple online platforms, all created with Canva if they've been done in the past year. Also, I teach at a local university. I recently created a course for them that they utilize in their online program. And I created that with Canva as well. And the feedback that I got from those that technically are supposed to edit it, they said to me after they received it, they said this needed almost no editing. And I was thrilled with that. I was happy that I saved them time, but that's because I was using a great tool. So if that's useful to you, I hope you'll check Canva out. Like I said, I use it. My courses, my recent courses anyway, were all created with Canva, and I plan to create a whole bunch more. And it's a great part of my online business, online arsenal to serve my audience, but also earn ongoing passive residual income. It's a really, really useful tool. I hope it will be for you as well. That being said, if you get the chance over the course of this week, please stop by platformlaunchers.com. I have a whole bunch of things over there that I hope you'll check out. We have our free 21-day platform development planning guide. If you're trying to figure out how to build your online platform, just download that. It's free. And over the course of the next 3 weeks, it'll help you put together ideas to help you build an online platform that really meets the needs of those you're trying to serve, but also speaks to your passion that you enjoy teaching and helping others just become educated on. Also, if you go to platformlaunchers.com, we have something else for free, and that's a 2-week test drive of our members club. As I finish up the podcast here, I'm about to segue into some interesting Q&A with our members, and I look forward to this every week. And if you're part of our members club, you get to be part of that Q&A and some of the other fun things that we do, where we're trying to help each other propel forward in building and growing and monetizing our online platforms. We'd love to have you on board with that. You can take a 2-week test drive and see if you like it. That's at platformlaunchers.com, and just click the membership tab, and you'll notice when you sign up, it's free. And we'd love to see you. And if you want to be a long-term member, we'd love that too. But you can take a free 2-week test drive and test it out, see if it's right for you, and we'd love to be able to interact. But that's it for us this week. Thanks again for tuning in, as always. And in the meantime, we hope you have a wonderful week, and we look forward to catching up with you again right here next time. Take care.